Hey guys, this video might be of interest to people who are planning on doing business in Japan, or even just other people who are interested in Japanese culture, because it's a little bit of an insight into the way Japanese society works. So here is a website for Sushiro, one of our favorite sushi shops, and right off the top of the website is the message from the president, and you can sort of see what it's about there, what the big plan is. And this is normal. Here's base here. This is a supermarket chain, and again, almost the top page is usually a message from the president. So it's sort of interesting, because you guys that spend a bit of time on the internet would know that most Western style businesses sometimes will have an About Us button that you can click to get a bit of information about who runs the business, but usually it's more about the business or the company itself, and who happens to be the boss is often not mentioned, or if it's mentioned, it is usually a small little corner of the website somewhere where it talks about the owner or the owners, if it's a family or if it's a group or whatever. But usually, you know, this style of right at the top of the website, here's a top message. That's often what they call it too, top message. It's the first thing on the website is this bit of stuff from the president, which obviously usually is written by some PR person or somebody else, but it's the president puts his name to it. And quite often totally irrelevant too, websites where you really don't care who owns it, you know, even if you're just buying something or getting some printing done or something like that, and you want to buy something online, here's the message from the president. And it's sort of insightful. Oh, here's a university too. Here's another one. I mean, if you're looking at the university website, you really want to know about the courses and the campus, don't you? But the top message again is from the chairman, is from the president. So it's interesting, isn't it? It's very classic example of that Japanese style of thinking, where the boss of the company is considered to be the most important aspect of that company, more than the product. Quite often the product becomes second. The president's message comes first, the product itself comes second, or in this case the university, the courses that are offered in the campus itself is secondary. It comes after the information or the little speech from the president, which is quite often exactly what happens in real life in Japan too. If you go to some big meeting or some big event, usually Aisatsu comes first, and that's where whoever's running the thing stands up and gives a big long speech first. So it's sort of interesting, isn't it? In a lot of other cultures, probably what you're more likely to see is references. You're more likely to see references from, you know, satisfied customers carries more weight with lots of other cultures, doesn't it? You know, that's what we want to see. We want to see real people's references there saying what they think of the company. You know, we love this company, their sushi's the best, or we love this company, their products is the best, from independent sources, whereas this is all the president telling us how good they are, which to most other cultures we wouldn't care, would we? And we go, well, that's what we'd expect you to say, really? And it wouldn't work, would it? This style of thinking wouldn't work on a lot of people from a lot of other cultures, but in Japanese style it does. Another interesting thing too, financial data. Almost every website will have a page that tells you the financial situation of the company and their bank, which bank they use, and all sorts of stuff like that. And that's a sushi restaurant. So, you know, most of us don't really care, do we? So it is interesting. If you're going to do business in Japan, you have to be really aware of this, that this is where it all happens, is with the bosses, and the product itself or reference from the customers or anything else is just totally irrelevant. They all want to know who the boss is, which means if you build a website in Japanese, you've got to keep this in mind as well. So anyway, hopefully somebody found that mildly interesting in some way or another. More videos coming soon.